Facebook Live. Hi everyone, hi members.
Hello.
Just had breakfast. It is Monday morning, Monday the 11th. We are leaving Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are very soon heading out to the airport, and we've said some goodbyes yesterday. That was really quite sad and devastating. You don't realise it until a member has to actually leave. And it's interesting, my emotion yesterday when the first person had to leave, it didn't matter who it was. I think it was just that initial, I'm going now, I'm leaving, I have to go to the airport. I don't know, it breaks you out of that bubble. It sort of bursts that bubble, and you immediately sort of go into this space of thinking that that's it. You go back to the reality of a world that you leave behind, and you have to maintain somehow that level of momentum, and you have to maintain that connection.
Yeah, and you can't bottle it. That's I will struggle. I'm getting tears in my eyes already, because I was watching that situation when one member said to her, I gotta go, and she was shocked. She said, no. So as if she would actually say, I don't want you to leave. And it was, for me, it's very difficult to say goodbye to her today. And we start. So there must be a reason, I said to myself, that I found somebody and a very close friend now, and she couldn't be further away from me. It's exactly 17,000 kilometers. But that's for a reason, and I think the connection might even be stronger, as if she would live just around the corner. This is what makes it even more special. I mean, we've got the technology, but nothing can really replace a good hug, and hours and days of very, very awesome talks and moments, and just appreciating being in each other's space. So, I mean, this community that we are in is just, it's awesome, really. And yeah.
And I was going to say snoring as well.
Oh, yeah, no, we know exactly. That's what we learned. So the best way to stop crying is laughing. So
we shared a room. We learn a lot about each other.
So it's up to you guessing who is snoring. So we won't tell you. That's kind of you have to just leave it as it is.
It's funny because we're both in two different time zones. So that, because Claudia's from Germany, I'm from Australia, you couldn't get further away from each other.
So when she's really like completely awake, I just fade away, and I think, for God's sake, where's that little switch to just shut her up? But she's and in the morning it's the other way around. She's lying in her bed, and like I don't know, like dead. And so I think, oh my God, I'm hungry, because my body says it's 12 or 1 midday. So I have already missed breakfast, my body, and I need something to eat. So I get dressed up and I stand in front of her bed, and she's not moving. And I thought, my God, maybe. So then I start open the curtain and I go back and I get a bit more intense and I say, good morning. I said, I'm hungry, please get up. You know, these different time zones.
Like that bear.
Yeah. I mean, the location was a bit funny, to be honest. It was a park, a fun park. So there were animals and forests and...
not real animals, though.
No, I mean, no, not real animals. Great Wolf Lodge. But yeah, it was special, and we had an awesome time.
That's made me laugh this morning. That's got me from
that's a good takeaway.
Tears
the best way to stop crying is just start laughing. It's the best thing you can do.
The biggest thing that happened yesterday too, as a result of what we've done, was moving through emotions yesterday. We sat at, I think it was after lunch, wasn't it?
Yes.
With Scott and Carol and Mike
and Todd Fox.
And we moved through so many emotions in like a couple of hours. It was incredible. We went from tears to laughter to like real belly laughs to crying again to laughing again to crying. And nowhere in the world have I ever experienced anything like that. And there's something about it's the authenticity that's been created and developed within this community, and the friends that we have. They're friends like no other friends. It's just something that you could never explain to anyone else. The connections and the bonds. And I was saying the whole time, how can that be? How can you create attachments? How can you be so attached to people? People that you've only known for 6 months, people that you've only just met. I mean, I met someone for the first time yesterday. No, not yesterday, Momentum Day. And it was like friends, like this bond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Had been developed and created in just one day. So all I can say is the benefits and the advantages of going to these events.
Yes.
If you can just do one a year, and that can then pull you through for the next year, it's just something that is immeasurable. I mean,
and they take place all over now.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the first Manchester meetup. I just took the decision, that was last year.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, it's a flight, you can get flights pretty cheap nowadays. You have to pay for the flight and maybe for a hotel or accommodation, or you can share a room, or you can maybe live at somebody's house. So it's getting more and more. These events are all over. They are in Australia, they are in England, start getting in Germany. Some people trying to organize that, which is a bit difficult. There are not that much members, but it's really worth the time. The Manchester meetup really got me started when it came to build my own website, and I overcame that fear. I had a name with something upgrade to, and I just didn't really resonate with that name. And I had a wonderful talk with members there, or with leaders. It was Alex Smale sitting on the table, or Jin, and the whole super team Make Awesome Sauce, and they just invited me in their space. Stephen James was organizing it, John Benning was there. So it's wonderful to see all these people in between the events, which take only place, maybe 3-4 times a year. And they're all over. And I understand if somebody cannot really fly all the way from Australia to an event in the States. But you can take a lot out of these meetings. You can just have a talk with somebody, with a real person, and they can get you going. You can talk about your fear if you're open, because they most likely went through exactly the same fear, and they can help you to overcome. They might push a bit, and she's like Trish, she's also pushing me right now. But if you do not get this kick in the ass, you're not moving. You're not going to the next stage or to the next level, which is important if you want to move forward in that business. So I did a video after that Manchester meetup, and I said to everybody, if you can, just go there. It will help you. It's good for the people over there. They see you're joining, so it's for their benefit, but even more for yourself. Just go there.
That's awesome. I think that we'll also mention in this members area as well a project that's very dear to you, and that is health and well-being. What's come out of this is your desire to create content for your next 90 days. Yes. So your desire to have a project, that's the sort of kick up the arse that you're talking about, so that you can develop and create content. So out of that, you're incredibly disciplined. What I've learned in the last 4 or 5 days about you is your knowledge and your ability to know about what to do when it comes to keeping slim and trim. You're extremely disciplined, and when it comes to dietary choices, and I have actually changed a lot of what I normally would do based around being around you. And as a result of that, Claudia wants to create and start. And I think it came out of a conversation where I said I really wanted to lose 10 kilos in weight.
Yes.
And I think that as a result of that, I said, would you help me? And then it developed into a 90-day challenge for me and for Claudia to be the coach.
Which she brought the idea up. and this is what I appreciate. She pushes me to go to the next level. So she said, why don't we do a 90-day video challenge? You know, usually after a momentum day, Justin is announcing challenges like 30-day marketing challenge or 90-day something challenge. And for whatever reason, this was not announced this time. And maybe it's our time to create our own challenges. So maybe other people are creating other or I don't know, announcing is probably the right word, announcing other journeys or challenges. So I will put something in the tribe. I will start to do that when I get back home. We're both going to the airport right now. I will announce it on the 15th, June 15th would be the start. And I'm not sure about now what we're talking about there or what will be, how I do it, but this is what I said. She's challenging me and it in a good way. So I would not do it without somebody telling me do it, and so
awesome.
Let's see what's coming up there.
Awesome.
Just around well-being, could be weight loss, could be just I'm maybe really very good in being persistent, and if I want something, I will reach it. So I will, maybe that's my biggest asset at the moment, which serves me. Not giving up, especially in that journey, because there are days where I think I just can't do that.
Yeah.
But there is one bigger asset that I have. I mean, the other one is not having enough self-belief or self-esteem. I can do that. But the other one is higher, and that is persistence. And that I'm glad for that. That will push me through and bring me to a point where I say, I'm just fed up with saying I can't do that. I just had that this morning at breakfast. So that's where I am. And I hope you join.
I think because we've already got 12 people already engaged and saying that they're all in, the advantage to a participant to say that they're all in and to be part of this process is the fact you're creating content for yourself as well. You're creating value for yourself, and you're also then paying it forward by creating value for others as well. So there is a huge advantage by being part of something that is time dedicated. So in other words, you're dedicating 90 days to course correction, as Stu always says, when you've got your 4 areas of life. Being and balance is, being and balance.
Being and balance. Being, balance, business, and body. These 4 things.
You want to be course correcting. You will always be course correcting, because to be balanced in all 4 areas is extremely... I don't like to use the word challenging, but sometimes not always there, being balanced.
It needs to be, as my journey shows, if I had to get that YouTube thing running, you know, I had to learn a lot, and you have to sacrifice one B maybe to reach the other one. So business was first, but I felt that I'm neglecting my body and my mind thing as well. Yeah. So, but sometimes you just have to sacrifice that, but you have to watch it out, and just now it's done. Yeah, you see, that's another
exactly
coming up. And now I have time to put it back into balance, that everything is coming into a real nice, balanced level.
That's it.
I forgot about it, or I had no time, and I said, okay, well, then I have to I want to focus on business. If you go back to our training and workout and food, there's just 1 or 2 hours left. And now I had just maybe sometimes 3 or 4 in the evening, and you have to take that chance then.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So are you all in with the 90-day journey, 90-day challenge of well-being, health and well-being?
Yeah.
And if you do have some goals that you want to achieve within respect of that, I know that my goal is 10 kilos. Obviously, it's not going to be in the 90 days. However, there's going to be some targets for me to achieve in that 90-day journey. So that's our share to members. We're going to head over to the airport now. Over and out here from Charlotte, North Carolina. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Amanda. Bye-bye.
Bye, Amanda. I just want to acknowledge too, Aldona was on the call earlier and was watching, and I just wanted to acknowledge. I think we just got a bit engrossed in what we were saying. And hi, Amanda, too.
Yes.
And hopefully, I think you reached out to me. I've reached out to you. So we'll get together soon. I think you've scheduled something as well. So
and we have a call. I think it's on the 13th or 14th. I can't remember.
Yeah, awesome.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.